Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, my name is Wada Elizabeth and it's a talk with Liz. Are you with your pen and papers? Because today, I am just so excited because I am with my very own father and mother in the Lord. Hope you are ready to grab enough knowledge you have to get today. You're welcome, mommy. You're welcome, daddy, to my channel. Alright, may we meet you?
I'm Reverend Michael Gabriel, Pastor, Assemblies of God, Nigeria.
Reverend Mrs. Mercy Michael, my husband here, Assemblies of God.
You're very welcome, mommy. You're welcome, daddy, to my channel. Did you get married? How long have you stayed married?
I think we've been married for over 25 years. A few months, but close to 26 years.
That's a very long time. Mommy, how did you meet daddy?
Well, we just met. He came to where I was staying, and over the time he proposed me, and I accepted. We got married.
Alright, we are going straight to today's topic. I hope you are ready to get enough knowledge today because I'm already feeling it myself. Okay, we are going to be dealing with this topic, mommy and daddy. Losing interest in marriage. You hear things like, I love her but I cannot stay with her anymore. They're already married. And all of a sudden, they are losing interest in each other. They no longer love themselves the way they used to love themselves. They no longer find interest in the things they get to find interest in. What is the cause?
A number of things would cause that. Like my husband rightly said, in society, you get to meet somebody you like or you're attracted to. There's something in somebody you see. You get to like that thing, and sometimes there will be multiple of things, and sometimes it could just be even a single thing. And when you get attracted to this person, that thing you are seeing, I'm showing one of the causes, may be just what you are seeing, not seeing the other side of that person. And now you get attracted because of that particular thing you are looking at, and you get married to the person, and if you do not do anything to strengthen, or you do not understand that nobody is perfect, and your eyes is on that particular thing you see, and you didn't see the other things that you need or you want to see, the bad side or what you didn't see can overcloud your eyes, and the other thing becomes so small. Then another thing is lack of patience. Lack of patience. You know, even if you are staying with your biological brother, the same father, the same mother, nobody is perfect. There will be issues of disagreement, and there are things you don't like. People tend to take it when it is just their brother and their sister, but when it is their spouse, because they thought they are marrying an angel who has no fault, they won't take it. And when you can't take such thing, the marriage begins to have problems. Another thing could also be some people, they got married and they are not like the other spouse or the other couple. They begin to compare themselves with another couple. You want your husband to behave exactly like the other husband or like the other woman, and she's not able to do that, he's not able to do that. That outside influence begin to pull your attention. And you begin to hate your spouse, and if nothing is done to curb that hatred, then
you're drastically losing interest.
You're drastically losing interest. And you begin to even think somebody, if you are the one that is open-mouthed and you talk to friends, maybe you even begin to talk to a former female friend, a former male friend. They say that guy is wicked, that man is wicked, forget about him. You're thinking that you get something better. Before you know it, you can destroy the marriage. There's no forgiveness. When you don't forgive each other, it can, and many other things that may come up as the discussion continues.
Like, did you want to share some light on this?
I think she has said it all. One of the things that make people lose interest in marriage is inability to adjust, or maybe one of the partners not willing to shift ground. If the husband said this is how we should go, the wife said this is how you should go. If one of them is not willing to say, okay, let me allow my wife have her way, or let me allow my husband have his way, there is bound to be problem. So that is one of the leading causes of people losing interest. When the two find it difficult to give up to one another, everybody maintaining his ground, say the way I have said it, it must be like that. When such a thing happens, you lose interest. Another thing I will add is, how do I really put this now? You know, inability to accept your partner the way he or she is. You know, sometimes when you are in courtship, you don't know the details about the person you are getting married to. There may be internal issues about the person you don't know. And then as you get into the marriage, you will see all of these things. Naturally, you just say, well, I have entered, I have to accept the person I've married and continue with life. But if you say, no, this thing must be changed, otherwise this marriage will break, you are going to have a wreckage in your marriage. So these are a few things that could make people lose interest. And many other things, unfaithfulness in marriage, either the man is not faithful, or the woman is not faithful, the man is not faithful to the wife is not faithful to the
As in going out.
You know, you will begin to see that there will be crack in that marriage, and before you know it, the whole thing can crumble.
Thank you, Daddy. Okay, we hear things just like I said earlier. I love this person, but I cannot stay with this person.
More.
Okay.
You love the person more. Marriages are built. People build marriages. There's no good marriage that happens by itself. Just if marriages are bad, people that are in the marriage are bad.
Okay.
Or one person in the marriage is bad. If marriages are good, one person in the marriage is good, or the two people are good. So, like my husband said, if somebody continue to have her way, let's say for example, you married a difficult husband in quotes, a difficult husband in quotes. Now, somebody can be difficult by nature. Then it means that what will suit a difficult husband is a soft wife. So even if you were difficult, you have to become soft, because two captains cannot pull the boat. You understand? So, like you are saying, what makes the love to start going down is these things. When there's constant friction, constant heat. If you keep hitting on a wall, the wall will continue to have holes, bruises, and the heart is like that. When there's too much punch, wound, and heat, see, it kills the love. The love begins to go down, and it can actually finish.
Thank you, Mommy. Okay, we are already coming to an end of this talk. What would you advise couples out there that they are already married, but they've lost interest totally in their other spouse? They've totally lost interest, and they just want to end the marriage. Like, they don't even think about it. All that is in their head is, I want to dissolve this marriage. What is your advice to those people out there that have completely lost interest in their marriage?
I think orientation is the orientation that people have in life is very important. If the person is a child of God, then I can talk to the person. But if the person is not a Christian, whatever I say may not make much meaning. But let me say this. It's important to know that you cannot get a perfect marriage anyway. The one you want to quit now, if you quit that and marry another person, the same challenge will still be there. You quit that one and marry another person, the same challenge or even another dimension of challenge will still be there. So instead of breaking the marriage, I will advise, try to forgive yourselves, forgive your wife, forgive your husband, renew your love, renew the relationship, and forge ahead. Or better still, you could seek for a counselor, maybe your pastor or family friends. You take the matter to them and say, look, we're having these challenges in our marriage and we are not able to resolve it. We're about breaking. What can you do to help us? Maybe a good counselor can help you to put matters in perspective, and the marriage could be rescued. But basically, the two of you, forgive yourselves, renew the love, renew the relationship, move ahead, and then sit down, plan together, see a counselor, pray. But I will not allow anybody to go for a breakage of marriage, because it's going to affect you as a person, to affect the home, affect the children, affect the in-laws. You know, it's like you have built a towering house, and all of a sudden you begin to break it to the foundation. It's going to affect a lot of people in the process. So it is better, wherever the house is leaking, you patch it up and continue to live there than to break down the whole house altogether. That is my advice. Don't quit. Renew the love. Forgive one another. Endure one another. Tolerate one another.
The aspect you must not neglect. Even when you say it, some people will think we are mystic or this thing. Spiritual. A lot of things. This is Africa. We know there are witches and we cannot ignore that. Some of them don't want anything good to happen. And some people go extent to make sure they ruin the joy of somebody. And if those people who are in marriages know that there are people who don't like their joy, they will work harder. They will both pray and hold on.
Very much, Tony. Thank you, Daddy, for praising our channel. Thank you for the knowledge. I'm very, very grateful, man. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video. And you can drop your comment in the comment section. Thank you very much.